Ahoy there, my name's Beth and this is the story of how I renovated my 1904 Dutch sailing barge. Well, it's quite calm now, but the last few days have been baking hot. Let's take a look. So it's really hot again today, but I had a bit of an idea that I thought I'd get the dust sheet and I'd put it up as a test to see how a bimini might work, and it looks quite fun. This bit there coming down. So it works really nice, and but the idea is that it actually shades the back of the boat from the sun, and this is what the bimini is going to do as well. Come on in. That's good, man. So that's what the bimini is going to do eventually as well. So it's going to shade these back windows so they're always in shade, and actually it's made a massive difference. Not overall, but you can see here actually there's a little bit of the sun still on the window, but the bimini I'm going to design is going to have a top and then it's going to have some sides, so in the heat I'll be able to put like one side in maybe, and that should really help. But when I touch this window here, it's really cool. It's actually cool to the touch, and when I touch one of these windows, it's really hot. It's really hot to the touch, so it actually makes a massive difference. I've got this privacy film on as well, which actually does make the windows heat up a little bit more as well, but they just heat up. Even though it's double glazing, you know, the wood is getting hot and everything. So also in this window, that's why I've just got a piece of dark plywood in at the moment, and that's really hot when you touch it. So it's made a difference. It's made like a few degrees, actually, probably about 4 or 5 degrees, which is a big difference. So I'm really pleased. And just as a little test, putting this up, it's much cooler, and it's really good for Bert as well when he's down below as well. So today is being quite hot still. The heat here the other day was it got to about 35 degrees just here, and that's obviously with no shade on the windows. But today it's about 27 just around here, and then further down the boat it's actually much cooler. So yeah, it's great, really good, really pleased. It's just about a little bit after 8, and me and Bert went out for a walk this morning, and it's absolutely roasting hot already, absolutely boiling. It's 26 degrees on the boat at the moment, which is normally quite hot. In the winter that would be sweltering, but it's actually better than outside. And yesterday I made the mistake of opening the doors, so I woke up a bit late and opened all the doors, all the windows, went, oh, lovely weather, and all of the heat poured in. So it got to about 37, 38 degrees on the boat yesterday, so that's not ideal. So today I've got a bit of a different plan. So I've covered over the windows on the outside, and actually this is my kind of plan in the longer term if I need to sort of shelter against the sun. So I've covered over all of the windows. I don't know if you can see me in the dark. But I've covered over this window as well on the outside with a little disc of plywood, and already before I did that it was already getting hot. I've closed all the doors and windows, I've shut all the windows off, and I think that's the best I can do really for now. So we're still hunkered down inside. It's quite warm on board now. It's about 32 degrees, and it is 10 past 1, so it's guess at the heat of the sun. Yesterday it got to 36 on board, so we're not doing too badly, although it's starting to get a bit hot now. But I just opened one of the portholes to adjust one of the covers, and it is absolutely roasting outside. There's just been a temperature reading of the hottest ever temperature in the UK, just a couple of miles down the road, or a few miles down the road. So that's nice, and yeah, so it's a little bit hot, but yeah, we're just having to sit next to fans and just let the air blow across us. But yeah, but it's getting a little bit hot now, so I need to manage him a little bit. If I go close to him, he licks my nose, and when he licks my nose, I can tell how hot he is because of his tongue. So so I'm going to try to keep him as cool as possible. If he is overheating, I can get him to go down the boat a little bit because the bottom of the boat is actually still quite cool. So so yeah, that's okay. But yeah, we're wilting a little bit. So we're not really doing any jobs as well. I want to do a bit of the knot painting on the ceiling, but it's just too hot to do anything. It's uncomfortable. So tomorrow, hopefully the weather will break a little bit. We do some thunderstorms, which hopefully will cool things down a bit, and yeah, I might get some jobs done then. But today, cold drinks and sitting still, I think. Well, it's got so hot. It's now 5 o'clock. It got to about 37 degrees on the boat, which actually is quite good because it would have been hotter, I think, if I hadn't covered everything over. But it's got to the point now where just everything's hot, so you know, protecting against the sun isn't really doing very much. So so I'm going to put Bertie outside. He can go outside when it gets a bit cooler, but actually the deck is still a bit hot, so it's got some latent heat in it. But I was just up by the forehatch, and around the forehatch there's a little piece of steel that's not got any insulation on it, and that was actually too hot to touch earlier on with the sun baking down on it. It was absolutely red hot. Not red hot, but you know what I mean. So the insulation is doing an incredible job. It's hot, it's still baking hot, but there is a front coming over, which apparently is past Bristol about an hour and a half ago or something, and it's on its way over here. So it's now 5 o'clock, and it's due to rain here at 7 p.m. Last night it was actually quite cool. I left the doors and portholes and everything open and ran a fan to push some air through, and it was quite nice and cool. But with everything closed by mid-afternoon, it was hot again. So so yeah. Oh, right. I think I might get a cold drink though. It's absolutely lashing it down outside. I went to the other side of the basin to see if a boat coming in that had run out of fuel was okay, but they're fine. So I started walking back, and the heavens opened, and it's absolutely torrential rain now. But the problem is that I've had to close all the portholes and the door and everything, but it's still really hot on board. It's still like, you know, nearly 30 degrees. So, oh, just one thing or another. So hopefully the best situation is the rain will cool everything down, and then I can open the doors and it'll be nice and freezing cold, and I'll let some of that cold air in. Sheesh. So I've just been pottering today, really. I've finished off all of this section of the reef, all of the knotting solution. A knotting solution is this stuff. Knotting solution. It's quite expensive. This little pot cost me £14, I think. So I'm a bit annoyed really that I spent £14 on knotting. So this boat, General Amsterdam, you might recognise has an Amsterdam flag and also a British courtesy flag. So this, I don't know, it looks a little bit like a life vessel or something, like from a big boat. But it's certainly got positions, lots of roller coals, so lots of positions for oars. But it's also got a diesel engine on it and a tiller, as you can see. But yeah, it's quite interesting. It arrived a little while ago, and I asked the harbour master about it, and apparently it's a couple of guys that just arrived from Holland, from Amsterdam. So so they've made the crossing that way. So yeah, I'll be following them soon.